read the community policy of the Treaty of Waitangi. This one is a big one in New Zealand. Treaty of Waitangi. There are two camps usually. And that is simply that the Treaty of Waitangi is completely and utterly obsolete for many reasons. And there is a camp which suggests that the Treaty of Waitangi should be our constitution. They believe we should get rid of everything else. The constitution should be the Treaty of Waitangi, and we should be absolutely 100% adhering to it. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think that there was acts from both the British and the Maori that completely and utterly made the treaty obsolete, but I do believe we can refresh it and make it better. And one of those ways is to firstly come in to the treaty settlement negotiations with the idea that we are trying to bring two people together. I realised that was not what the British wanted, and it's not what the Maori wanted, but it should. What are we going to do? Are we all just going to go back to Britain? Are we all going to just go back to the UK? Even though I was born here, and I've had 4 or 5 generations in this country, I'm just going to run back to Britain even though I have no citizenship there. No, we need to come into the treaty understanding that we want to merge two people, and I think I'll be talking about that more in the future. I am doing a Treaty of Waitangi course this year, so I won't be talking about it before I've done that, but I think there is another side to be talked about, and that is to firstly come with a different motive and not just trying to get the best deal for both for one party or another, but rather coming and saying we are one people, and we need to make the best for our people, whether or not you are of Maori descent or whether or not you're of British descent. We are one people, and we live like one people, and that should be how we come to the table. With that being said, New Conservative recognises that the Treaty of Waitangi Tiriti o Waitangi is an agreement signed in 1840 between Maori chiefs and the British government, affirming that New Zealand shall have one sovereign government, which stands to protect property rights, and all New Zealanders shall have the same rights, privileges, and responsibilities as British subjects, including the right to stand for election of government. We'll see how that goes. New Conservative will implement corrections to current legislation and policy so that the capability and potential for all those of Maori ancestry is respected, ensuring that policy does not infer incompetence according to the collective identity as currently observed. So what he's saying is, hey, there is this idea that Maoris are incompetent, which is, by the way, that is exactly true. There is this idea that they've been marginalised into a point where they are just completely... They don't know better. We should just give them money. That is how Labour has always looked at them, by the way. Sorry about that. That was terrible. That is how Labour has always looked at them. Labour has always looked at them that they are incapable of making decisions for themselves, so they need decisions made for them. National, that has a whole different history with Maori. Some of the time, racist history. Some of the time, not racist. In fact, recently, less racist than Labour. Pretty much suggesting that Maoris are competent to do the same things that we can do as a European culture. That Maoris can become better, that Maoris can probably overtake us. It is absolutely insane to me that these people who are extremely smart, extremely intelligent when they're allowed to be, when Labour will let them, when National will let them. And this is my problem with this whole dependency on government. It presses people to being stupid. They're not naturally stupid. It's not a rite of passage that Maoris are naturally stupid. And I'm not saying all Maoris. I know smart Maoris. I know extremely smart Maoris who've gone on to be some of the most articulate, some of the most influential people in all of New Zealand. But the thing is that the government has got into the culture of Maori, where now they're killing themselves. South Auckland is extremely Maori and Pacifica, and it is one of the worst places to live in New Zealand. And why is this? Because these people now have to have a dependency on government, and they believe the lies of the government, unfortunately, not through any fault of their own, through generations of lies. And here's what I'd say to any Maori man, any Maori woman: you were smart enough to go off on your own. And we'll get to the new Conservative policies first, and I understand their policy actually would be better than where we're at. It's not where I'd want it to be, but it's better. But you're smart enough, you just need re-education in things like economics and accounting and money, essentially. Because you already had a leg down when we came. We started this money policy and you'd only be doing it for maybe 50 to 100 years with the Australians. It's insane to me. It is insane to me.